That decision was very hurtful to me because, I've been there for him the whole time.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Hey, y'all, hey, stop.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
As far as Isaiah is concerned, we have made our minds up for him that that is an unhealthy and toxic relationship that he can pursue when he's an adult if he would like to, but until then, it would be best for him not to pursue it because there's just too much pain going back and forth between them. They kind of used each other to just hurt each other and to hurt us. That's kind of unfair. So we've kind of put a stop to that relationship for the time being.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're happy with the outcome. We have our son back, and we have a son who is going to have issues because all kids do. He will rebel again because all kids do. They have moments of rebellion, and I hate to even call it rebellion. It's where they want to exert their choice and their right to choose. And so we that's kind of how we parent. We allow them to choose. If you choose the wrong choice, however, you will have consequences for that choice. And that's what God does with us, guys. He lets us choose whether it hurts him or not. There's a song by Lacey Sturm that she sings, Run to You, and where it says, I'll let you go if that's what you want, but I hope you know my love won't stop. That's kind of what we had to do with him. We had to let him go. And then, thank God, like he said with the prodigal son, because we taught him that story last weekend, we were like, this is so similar to that story where he wanted to go live his life, do his thing, and he told me, Mom, you've always said the pleasures of sin are fun for a season. He said, I had my season, but it got where it wasn't fun anymore. It was lonely for him. So thank God it didn't take long, and it only took a month. And yes, we did have to intervene, but thankfully that was something we were concerned about. We're intervening here, but has he learned what he needs to learn yet before we intervene? But legally we have to intervene, and just thank God the work had kind of already been started in him. We have a lot of work to still do to ensure that these things stick, but I see a completely different kid. Isaiah is back again. He's Isaiah again. He's happy, he's laughing, he's smiling, he's enjoying being with his brothers and sisters in a way I've never seen. So
It's wonderful.
it is wonderful. And he has since repented and cried to us a lot and told us that he does see us as his family, and he doesn't really know what got in his head, but I think we all relate to that.
Yeah, it happens.
Kind of what Donnie and I just recently went through. You don't realize what you have until it's gone. So we just kind of wanted to update everybody on.
Just kind of give you the fill in on what's been going on with him, and because he'll say you haven't seen him in too many recent videos, but you'll definitely start seeing him a whole lot more.
A whole lot more. He's back. He's home.
That's some emotional wounds that definitely should be dealt with.
His abandonment. There's two women that have walked out of his life, and I think that's really what his decision came down to. Was this is a person who made choices to abandon him and his father, and I think he couldn't understand why, and he needed to go choose to try to be with her to see if did they have anything still there. And sadly he found out that they didn't, so I'm sure that's a new wound for him too. So we're going to definitely get him the help that he needs. We have tried that route before, but he was being so dishonest that with himself and with us that it wasn't helpful, whereas now I believe it would be very helpful to him.
For sure.
So that's what's been going on with Isaiah and with us, and he's back, and he's happy. We're happy.
And let us know if you love her hair, because I love her hair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, her hair looks amazing. Yeah.
The whole process is going. There's still things I don't like about it, but I like my bangs.
She looks great. Y'all, send a comment. Tell her she looks great because it's the truth.
Thanks. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in the next one.
Hello, my name's Isaiah. You probably not have seen me in recent videos. I mean, like, not the recent ones, you know. I'd like to go over why I've been gone and what led up to those choices and what led up to me coming back. Now, before I left, I was feeling really rebellious. Like, I was feeling like I didn't want God. I don't need God in my life. So I'm just gonna leave him. And I don't need parents. I felt like that. So I decided that I wanted to live with my dad's ex-wife. And they honored my choice, Mom and Dad.
Why did you decide that that's where you wanted to be?
I thought I mainly moved there so I didn't have to live with God. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, make my own choices, because I thought I don't need parents. I mean, it's what a lot of kids think these days.
You thought maybe you could make choices for yourself. You didn't like that your parents were making choices for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, moved there. It's kind of fun, the things they did, but most of the time it wasn't. It didn't feel like a family. It just kind of felt like I was on my own, which I thought I liked. Then I thought it was good for me. Then one day, I was at school. A kid came back that had the coronavirus. Or I think she felt better. I don't know. Then in one of my classes, they called names, and mine included. They told us that we possibly have coronavirus because we've been around her or have contact. Then I needed to be quarantined. Oh, I told Dad, and so then when I was quarantined, I realized I need parents to make these decisions for me because it's scary. I mean, I'm a kid. Come on, I can't make these decisions. I'm not an adult.
But were you being expected to make those decisions for yourself at the other house?
I felt like that, yeah.
Yeah. But you didn't feel like you could make those decisions, so you called Dad.
Yeah, I called Dad. Told Dad about it. Then he called me back and I told him what was going on. Then he said, well, that's not your decision to make.
Now, since being back here and when you first came home, how did it feel to be home, and what kind of revelations did you have when you got back with us?
Well, one, I felt welcomed back, like the prodigal son story.
Were you shocked by that? Like, did you?
I was kind of shocked. I'm like, why did they let me back here?
Because things kind of got a little rough before you left, didn't they? Kind of got bad
did.
Between all of us. So you were thinking in your mind that maybe we wouldn't be as accepting of you coming back. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
But you were shocked and surprised that you were welcomed, right?
Yeah, I was shocked. And the revelations I came up with were, one, I need parents to make these decisions for me. Second, I realized, because of what was going on, how to treat people better. I feel like I was learning how to treat people better when I was being with you. All of you guys.
So that was kind of an eye-opener too. Like,
yeah.
Some of the things we had taught you kind of being put in practice there, and you were kind of shocked at, wow, these...
Because I didn't have to, what's the word? Not comply,
You didn't really
apply.
There you go.
I didn't have to apply those things that they taught me there.
Right.
Right.
Was that everything you thought it would be, to kind of get everything you want when you wanted it? Did that turn out to be as great as you thought it would?
No, not really.
How do you feel now that you're back about rules and about our guidelines and kind of the way we do things? How do you feel about that now? What's your perspective on it now?
I'm happy to be back. I'm happy that I have these rules now, because if I was still there in 6 years, I'm 18, 19, I'm doing the same things they were doing. When I have kids, I'm probably going to have those loose rules.
And what would be wrong with that, do you think?
What would be wrong with that was I'd be teaching my kids how to be a person with no rules, a person with no morality, just a person that thinks they can do whatever they want. That kind of person.
And we really should value rules, because they help us, right?
Yeah, they help us.
So if you could say anything to any other 12-year-olds that may be kind of going through a rebellious time, or thinking they don't really need rules, they don't need their parents, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say to them, well, okay, if you want to make that decision, Just see how it turns out for you. Because how it turned out for me, it was a big eye opener. And even if you haven't made that choice yet, this will be an eye opener. Like, oh man, I really do need rules. I really do need parents. I really do need God.
And what would be your argument to them of why? What made you realize you needed God in your life?
Because without God, I can't be a good person like I want to be. Without God, I can't make good choices.
How were you able to see that being there?
By the choices that the people at that house made.
And because they didn't have God in their
Because
life.
they didn't have the God in their house, no.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you back, buddy.
Thank you.